I have Larry Connors in front of me, and Larry, you're a well-known man in GAA, you're a well-known man in singing here in Bunclody.
Yes.
Where did you get your love of singing from, Larry?
Well, when I was a young lad, I grew up in Bunclody, a small, and I used to go out on the ran even for a start, and with a few friends of mine, and we go around and Halloween and all, we'd sing, and I used to watch my father play the accordion and play the mouth organ, and he'd always be singing as well in the pubs, and you'd be listening to him and watching him, and when he come home in the evening, he'd be playing the accordion and singing a few tunes, and that's where I picked it up from.
What was your father's name?
Johnny Connors. He hurled for Bunclody as well, and he played for Wexford over 40s, won All Irelands and Leinster titles with them, and he also played for Carnew Emmets many years ago. My granddad used to live out there. He won some senior football titles with Carnew, County Wicklow, and then he came to Bunclody, and he played for Askamore, Kilrush as well. That was his boyhood team, and he went back to them near retirement, and he loved them, and he was a good sportsman, Lord of mercy in his soul.
And your mother sings as well?
Yeah, my mother sings as well. My mother have a lot of old songs, and she's a brilliant singer, a lovely voice, God bless her. She's still alive.
And where was your father born and reared?
My father was born and reared in a place called St. Mary's Villas, 31 I think, St. Mary's Villas. That's where he was born and reared.
Here in Bunclody?
Here in Bunclody as well, yeah. And he was a great rabbit man, and he loved hunting as well, and ferreting and singing, and you know, he really enjoyed life. He was a great man, you know.
And you mentioned as well that you used to go hunting the ran.
Yeah, we used to hunt in the ran. Myself and the lads would get a bush and put a little bird up in it and put a bit of coal in our faces, and 4 or 5 of us get together and we'd have a bit of crack, you know, and we get a few pound and a few sweets and things, and we'd have a bit of a banter, you know. Then light a bit of a fire and up a few sparks and a bit of crack, you know. That's what I was all about then, you know.
And you grew up doing that?
Yeah, I grew up watching all that, yeah, all the old times, yeah.
And where did you go hunting the ran?
Mostly we'd go around, say, start up with Carrickduff down here and come down through Bunclody and go up the villas here down in Derry Street and maybe be out Ryland Road, and we'd go up around Carrickbond. You know, you'd be tired again, you'd be finished. It'd be a long day, a long night. We'd go out till the dark having a bit of crack and fun. But that time you get into no trouble and mischief. All you wanted was a bit of fun, you know.
And were you young lads at this stage? Chaps?
So we're still in school in primary school. I'd say we're about, could be 8, 9, 10 up along there, you know. And we lads that ask you have more than one song in you lads. You know, and you'd be at the door, you'd be saying Duran, Duran, the king of all birds. But they'd ask you, come on now, you'd have to do better than that. You'd sing a better song, you know, and you'd have to have a song. So I learned a few songs from my dad, and this is where I picked it up as well, you know.
And did you go any other time of the year like that?
Halloween we go out, on Halloween we go out, and that'd be Stevens' Day. You go, it'd be the same tradition, you know. It's all just a bit of crack and a bit of fun.
And do the chaps still do it these days?
Yeah, a lot of lads still do it. Yeah, a lot of young fellas play a bit of music. If any play a bit of accordion or mouth organ, still go out, keep the tradition going. A lot of people don't understand why are these people dressed up and this and that, but this go back centuries and ages, so you have to keep the tradition going, don't let it die, you know. So I'm glad to see that it's still going, you know.
So you cut down a bit of a little bush?
Yeah, and you put a little mock bird into it. Maybe you find an old dead bird and stick him into it with a few feathers, and be the fern bush they call it, you know, the one with the yellow. They don't have any berries this time of the year, and especially near Christmas, because Stephen's Day, after that then you have New Year's Day. My father, Lord of mercy in his soul, died on a New Year, he was born on New Year's Day.
Born on New Year's Day?
Yeah, he was born in 1943, Lord of mercy.
That's amazing that you carried on the tradition of the Wren boys here in Bunclody.
Yeah.
And did you ever, Halloween you used to get dressed up, and you went out Halloween as well?
Yeah, I went out on Halloween as well. The whole of us there, we'd try and dress up as witches if we could, you know. You wouldn't be dressing up like the Randy. Be mostly scary things, black clothes, and you put big hats in you, big ugly faces, and if you could make yourself ugly, and go out and have a bit of crack. And it was mostly nearly the same, you know.
And your father, you were saying he played the accordion, or the accordion, wasn't it?
Yeah, the accordion, and he played the mouth organ as well. And my father was a brilliant player of the accordion and the mouth organ, and he often told me stories. The first place he learned how to play the accordion and the mouth organ was at the bridge here in Bunclody. There was an old house there at the bridge middle there, and there was a man there at the time lived there by the name of Tony Millay, and he was a watchmaker. And George Raleigh used to go there, and Roger Nolan and all them fellas. My father was young at the time. He went in there and he picked up all that there and learned how to play there. Now that old house is gone, now the ruins is gone there. But that's where my dad picked up all the music and playing that, you know.
Did any of the rest of you play, any of the sons or daughters?
No, my granddad, Lord of Mercy, used to play the mouth organ, and I have a few nephews that plays the accordion. They're not too bad at it. Wouldn't be as good as my father. But my father was better known in Bunclody and around Wexford. Any place he went was the Turf Man from RD, because that was his favourite song. He used to love watching Dermot O'Brien play the accordion. He was from County Louth and he moved to America. He was won in All Ireland with Louth as well in football. And my father used to love watching them play on RT. He'd be on it every week years ago, Dermot O'Brien. And he'd be playing old songs, the old Clattering, he'd be playing the Turf Man from RD, Paddy's Green, Shamrock Shore, and Brendan Shine. They were all great accordion players. My father used to love watching all that, you know.
So you naturally picked stuff up from your father, songs?
Yeah, I picked up from my father's song, yeah. And I have much listening to CDs. I love Margot singing, Big Tom, Johnny McAvoy, listening to the old singers, and you pick it up there and you love to hear the old songs, and then you want to pick them up and get into your head and, you know, and start singing them.
Did you ever sing with your own father?
I often was in the pub there, and maybe we'd be in O'Connor's many years ago, and we'd be in Jim's Inn, and we'd have great crack after matches, especially Leinster finals. Wexford would be after winning and maybe losing and come back to Jim's Inn. There was a fella called Christy Hall, Lord of Mercy and his soul, was a great friend of my dad's, and Penny MacDonald, and they used to come in there on the way home, and they'd all play the music all night, and they'd go into O'Connor's as well, and maybe the next day as well, and we'd all have a belted out, win or lose, Wexford just give us a good day out, you know.
And you hurled?
Yeah, I hurled a lot. I hurled in the 90s there. I played with Bunclody there in goal there. Won in a county. I won against Monty Gerbo of Vogue 93, and then we beat Marshallstown 95, and then we beat Haskamore, Kilrush in 2002, and then we beat Shamrocks in 2010. And I won numerous titles in football and hurling with Bunclody, and I enjoyed it all. I wish I could roll back the clock. I loved it that well. And I also played for the Wexford Juniors in 93, 95 along there with the likes of Dara Ryan, Scott Dorn, Richie Mann, Mickey Connors, and lots of more lads, Robbie O'Callaghan and O'Gormans from Tamon. And we also had Paddy Sullivan from Rapparees Overs, Peter Foley from Bunclody. They were selectors, and Tossie Ryan, Semi Clary, and Eamon Clary. And I enjoyed it all.
And your father played as well?
My father played a lot. He played with Father Murphy's in England, Father Murphy's in Dublin, and he also won a junior football county title in 1968 here, I think, with Bunclody. And he was a great footballer and midfielder. He used to play, I believe. Played with George Rankin, Tony O'Loughlin, my uncle Mickey, all them lads, and my uncle Miley. They were all great players. And Tom Hayes, and then we had Father Rory Dean. He played for Wexford as well, and John Wall, I think, Father Wall's brother, they're from Murray Street. So we had great men come over Bunclody here, Aidan Nolan, and also John Dunn, Nolan Swords. All them lads are all brilliant footballers, and we have young O'Connor now at the moment. They're Bardi O'Connor's son, playing full back for the Wexford footballers, and he's brilliant. And I can't forget Colin Farrell, Colin Keogh, all great county men, great hurlers over the years. And Mark Murphy, all them lads, Mick Mann I played with, Mickey Connors, I enjoyed it all. And Rory Kinsler, a great manager, a great player. and I enjoyed it all. Very good.
So you've huge love of GAA.
Yeah, I go to matches near and far. It's me God, you know, and my family as well. I just brought up with a hurl in my hand.
And you were coming here to me, there was a list of songs you were talking to me there, and do you know what I'm thinking of? I'm going to, the song Nicky Rackard, we're talking about Wexford.
Yeah, Nicky Rackard, when we're talking about the hurling here, yeah. Nicky Rackard, I never saw him playing, but I haven't saw videos of him, and I heard stories about him, and my father used to love him playing. And he was like thunder and lightning, and he was tough as nails, that's what he used to tell us anyway. But Nicky Rackard played all his hurling with his club called Radnor, I believe, and he lived in Killan for many years. He was born there in Killan, and then he moved to Bunclody, as I believe he was a vet there for years, a very good vet, and he was involved in race horses. I think he was involved with the Bunclody Tiger with Andy Redman here too, who won the Galway Plate, and Nicky was a vet for years, and Nicky done a lot of training in the Bridge Meadow here in Bunclody, and I visited his grave quite a lot. And he's buried here in Bunclody, himself and his wife, the Lord have mercy on him. And my father told me a bit of a story about Nicky one time. He said that Nicky was playing for Wexford against Tipperary in a league final, and they were getting bet by half time, I think it was 11 or 12 points. Nicky came in and I believe he broke the hurling across the table, and he took off the jerseys. Look lads, look at these jerseys, there's no sweat on them. He said everyone is laughing at us. He said they went out in the second half and they bet Tipperary, I think, beat 25 points. However, he said at half time. And to make a long story short, there was an uncle of mine called Larry Connors, known better as Mort. And Mort was going through the Bridge Meadow one evening. Nicky was training and he was going fishing. And Nicky was practicing with the hurling ball, and he togged out. And he said, hey, Larry, he said, any chance you standing in the goal? He said, for a few shots, he said, and hit the ball back out to me. I just want to take a few 21s and a few shots. He said, I'm in a big match, he said, at the weekend. And Larry said, no problem. He left down the rod, and Nicky started practicing frees first, and Larry kept driving out the ball. But Nicky then set up the ball to take a couple of 21s. But unfortunately, he took this 21 and he hit Larry right between the forehead. He went back in his arse, and I think he was out cold for about, could have been 10 minutes. Nicky run for water to the river and baptised him like John the Baptist, carried him to the river. He walking him up, and he had a big dinge in his forehead, and because Mickey brought him into the car and took him to the shop, and not in a cure, only a big 99 ice cream. He bought him an ice cream anyway, and he brought him up to me granny, and he said, Miss Connors, he said, Larry had a bit of an accent, he said, he was going fishing, it's my fault, he said, and unfortunately, he said, I hit the ball a bit hard, and I got him right between the head. And Larry looked up, he said, I'm not much of a hurler, I'll never play it again, and said, I'll never make a good goalman. So Larry, my granny started to laugh. He never played hurling since that. He never liked hurling or football and after that. But that was the story with Nicky Rackard. He was a brilliant man, the Lord have mercy on his soul. And I'd say between himself, Tony Dorn, one of the greatest full forwards I've ever seen, two of them. You know.
Will you sing the song for me?
I will. I'll do that one on Nicky Rackard, because I visit his grave a lot, and I love hurling, and this is a brilliant song. Oh, the sun shone down upon Crow Park on a grand All-Ireland day, with the stands all decked in colours bright as the teams began to play. And one man stood out from the rest, scoring goals and points galore. It was Wexford's Nicky Rackard, from that great club called Radnor. Oh, bring me back the glory days and the Rackards from Killan, and the heroes so magnificent on the lives of every fan. Oh, we will remember the great man who is gone, and the name of Nicky Rackard shall live on and on and on. His strength and skill on the hurling field, on the ground or in the air. The excitement captured by the voice, by the great Micheál O'Hare, and to watch Nicky Rackard take a free. It was a joy you will never forget. He could hit that ball so hard and fast, he'd send it crashing to the back of the net. Oh, bring me back the glory days and the records from Killan, and the heroes so magnificent on the lives of every fan. Oh, we will remember that great man who is gone. Yes, the name of Nicky Rackard shall live on and on and on. There was Bobby, there was Billy, there was Jimmy too, part of that great family who brought glory back to Wexford. They made hurling history. How we love Nicky Rackard, one and all. His fame spread near and far, and he became a legend and a hurling superstar. Oh, bring me back the glory days and the records from Killan, the heroes so magnificent on the lives of every fan. Oh, we will remember the great man who is gone. Yes, the name of Nicky, Bobby and Billy Rackard shall live on and on and on. R.I.P. Bobby and Nicky. Rest in peace. It's good.
Where did you get that song from?
That song, Nicky Rackard, I got it from a fella called Matty Weldon. He's dead. And he done a lot of GA songs. He was a brilliant man, Matt. He died young, he died of cancer, I think. And I love all his songs, I love old songs, you know. But that's one that's top drawer that I love, you know.
And where was Matty from?
Matty Weldon, I think he comes from somewhere down in Waterford, a place called Stradbally. He was a famous ballad singer. He's a really lovely man he was, and he died young, the Lord of mercy in his soul. But I used to buy CDs and I'd be listening to him in the car, and I'd love all the songs and I'd try and pick up all the songs I can. So Matty was a great GA man, and he was a great man to write songs and sing him, Lord of mercy in him.
Did you get any the songs from your own mother or father? Did you sing any of their songs?
I sing a few. I sing my father's song, The Thurman from Ardee, that one, and my mother's song. I didn't really pick them up because they were a bit far back from me, you know. I was young at the time, but I fell in love with my Weldon songs, all the GA songs, and with all the Rebel songs and all that, you know. That's my way of going. I love all them songs.
Actually, you mentioned to me on the phone yesterday about you got a song from a man from Tipperary only a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, just when I'm at home in the daytime or the evening, I'd lie down in the bed and I'd be thinking of songs and that. And I was looking up through my Facebook page, and a friend of mine there, friends with him on Facebook, is the great Paul Shelley from Killinall, County Tipperary, who played full forward for Tipperary. Paul and myself was good friends on the Facebook. Know a good few GA lads up there. I'm great friends with Lark Harbert and Ger Redzer O'Grady there, and Joe Hayes, all former Tipperary hurlers, legends, and lovely men. We were up in hurlers watching Wexford and Clare this year, and they had great hospitality for us all, myself and my brother Bill. They didn't know what to do for us. We had great crack singing up there. But anyway, I got that song from Paul. I looked up Paul's page, and here I seen it, and then I fell in love with the song, and I learned it because I like all my old songs, rebel songs, you know. It's called Young Hogan from Green Ann.
And it's from the War of Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
Will you sing it for me?
And just before I sing the song, I'd like to dedicate this to all my friends in Tipperary, Redzer, Lark Harbert and Joe Hayes, and all them lads, Owen Kelly and all. We'll be up there at the matches, so this is for all them lads and all my friends. I hope you enjoy it. A winter's night at my granddad's house, we sat around the fire, looking through old photographs. Who's this? I did inquire. That's someone I used to know before your life began. A fearless Tipperary boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Our country fought for so much then, from British tyranny, and Tips big four, they led the fight to set all Ireland free. Sean Tracy, Seamus Robinson, and the mighty soldier Dan, and the fourth one was a galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Yes, the fourth one was a galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Returning from a dance one night, forces of the crown, they lay in wait. Captured, sent by train to Cork, the hangman was his fate. But at Knocklaw, his comrades, they staged a rescue plan. They boldly freed that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Yes, they boldly freed that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. With flying collions he struggled on, his goal was liberty. Though he saw freedom's gate, he himself was never free. Without family, he lived alone, a broken-hearted man, and he still remained that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Yes, he still remained that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. With teary eyes, Grandad said, these wars cannot be won. Through those inner demons, he was always on the run. But one gift, one Christmas Eve, his race was finally done, and God took home that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Yes, God took home that galty boy, young Hogan from Greenan. Up tip.
Just a great song and great singing, Larry.
Yeah, lovely song that was.
It's a lovely song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a real warm feeling, you know. It just goes to show how much he cared for his comrades and his country, and you know. And then he ended up a broken-hearted man. You know, sad in the end, but God took him home. That's the main thing, you know.
You mentioned there you have good friends in Tipperary.
Yeah.
I've always found I get on really well with Tipperary people.
Yeah.
Just one of the counties that you click with.
You always get a welcome there. We go to matches. Myself and Bill go to a lot of matches. We go into Lark Harbour's pub, into the Thurles Sarsfields Club. We get a great welcome there. And lads are so glad to meet you. They want you to stay overnight. They love the songs. You know, that's what it's all about. GA, hurling and football and all that, soccer. Anybody who's into sports, you're out of all devilment, you're meeting people, and it's brilliant,
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
And you know, you're singing there now, there for me here now. Would you normally sing at home for the chaps, or where would you sing normally?
And at Christmas I'd sing at home, or maybe it was having a few beers, maybe on Saturday night, lads would ring me up on Facebook, give us a few songs, be looking for requests for lads for birthdays, and I'd sing a few, and myself, my friend Jim Connors, Big Jim he's known as, and Jim would record me there and have a few drinks, and we'd have a right crack. And we used to do it there during the lockdown, you know, when the COVID-19 come out, people there, they didn't come out of their homes, and they were very depressed, and they couldn't get out, and so lads would ring you up, come on Larry, will you give us a song to occupy the time, get over this lockdown, and I'd sing a couple of songs, maybe Dawn Run, Nicky Rackard, all them songs, Young Hogan from Green Ann, and you know, you'd be passed away a couple of hours, just fly like that, you know, you'd enjoy it all.
Just on your mobile phone, record it and send it on.
Yeah, just send it on to the lads, and they'd show it to their friends then, but you'd have Tom, Dick and Harry ringing you, you know, and you'd enjoy it all, because that's what life is about, meeting people and respecting people and good friends. You meet them all through the GA, it's absolutely brilliant.
And you have a strong faith.
Oh yeah, I have my faith here. I always do my rosary daily, do it for all my friends, my family, even my enemies, and I pray for peace, and I do my best, you know, and I go to Mass as often as I can, and every one of us is sinners, I know that, we all have an apple here, but we have our revs and this and that, but going to Mass is the way I was brought up, and my mother done the rosary at home every night when I was young. All my family, we always said the rosary, so I was brought up saying the rosary, and that's where I got my faith, and if I miss Mass, I'd be upset for the week. I'd have to get a confession, you know. I'm not saying I'm a saint, but that's my belief. My mother was a very good woman to go to Mass, and strong faith, and she still goes to Mass every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning there, and she's 84 at the moment, and she's after been to Lourdes maybe 16 times, Medjugorje, the Holy Land, the Garden of Gethsemane. She's after been to the River Jordan, being baptised in it again, and she's a brilliant woman, you know. God bless her. We're glad to still have her alive here today.
Powerful.
Yeah.
And she's a powerful singer too.
Yeah, she's a brilliant singer.
Lovely singer.
She has lovely old songs. You had her recording before.
Years ago.
Yeah, hopefully you might get her again.
Love to, yeah. Love to.
You know.
Come here, will you get another song for me, eh? I'm thinking now, the Wicklow Hills.
The Wicklow Hills, yeah. This song is Larry Cunningham, Lord of Mercy in his soul. I used to watch Larry Cunningham sing. He used to sing a song called Lovely Leitrim. He's from Leitrim. Larry Cunningham was a brilliant old singer too, and I used to listen to his songs. But this song particularly, Wicklow, the people of Wicklow is very nice people. They call it the Garden of Ireland. Beautiful place, and I go up there maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. I go around the hills or viewing the country, Glendalough and Haggistown. I've a lot of old friends over the years I know up there, and they're beautiful people, absolutely every one of them. And I always have a welcome for you, you know, wherever you go you get a cup of tea, and I always like a bit of crack and a bit of fun and all that, and do a bit of business with them, you know yourself. So this song, the Wicklow Hills, Larry Cunningham, I've learned this one from. I've just received a letter from my home in Ireland. The scriffle seemed familiar, was my mother's feeble hand. A house that rang with music and with laughter now and still. Dear Danny, it's so lonely now among the Wicklow Hills. As I gazed across the mountain, I relive in moment's joy that same old Wicklow mountain as I rambled as a boy. A photo as a child pictured by my bedside still. Yesterday it's so lonely now among the Wicklow Hills. Do you remember long ago when summer we would stroll down from the Wicklow Mountains where the Slaney waters flow? Do you recall some old companions that talks about you still? Yesterday it so lonely now among the Wicklow hills. As I gazed across the mountain, I relive an moment's joy. That same old Wicklow mountain, as I rambled as a boy, a picture as a child, pictured by my bedside still. Yes, someday I'll return again among the Wicklow hills. Up Wicklow.
That's a lovely song too.
It's a beautiful song.
It's funny how you see a great nature in Wicklow people.
Yeah, great nature in Wicklow people. They're friendly and they're into sport and everything like that. And you meet them, wherever you meet them, any part of the world, they're all nice people.
Yeah, same. I noticed the same. Yeah.
Yeah, great respect for people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And come here to me. Would you go to other counties at all, Lara? Would you spend time in Donegal or Galway?
No.
Mostly.
I'd mostly all around Wicklow, Hackestown, Barton, Glasrad, Villia. Over the years, I've been around there, and a lot of people know me in around Wexford. And I go to all the matches and went on in the GA circle, going to all the big games. I have a brother now goes to all the matches. Daddles, he's known as, and he wears a big hat. A lady made a hat for him, and he admires the hat, and he's famous now, like all the Cork lads and Limerick lads. I think he'll have an All-Ireland before anybody else with the hat. You know, he's a great character. Daddles.
Daddles.
Yeah, that's what they call him, Daddles.
That's the show.
Yeah, he when Wexford won the All-Ireland in '96 and the Leinster final, he painted his car purple and gold. And all the lads on the car got brought down on the M50 and everything. But he got there and got home as well. Fair play to him.
Brilliant. Come here, I can't help but think of it. I'm putting you on the spot now. You remember you said your father is saying the Turf Man from RD?
Yeah.
Do you know it?
I wouldn't know it all, but
No.
I can sing a bit of it.
No, give me a little tiny bit of it.
I'll give you a tiny bit of it, my father's
Just a
song.
tiny bit of it, yeah.
I wouldn't be as good as him though, but I'll try a bit of it. Maybe if I go wrong, I'll go wrong, but I'll try it. For the sake of health, I took a walk last night at early dawn. As I met a jolly turf man, as I strolly jogged along. The kindest conversation passed between himself and me. As soon I got acquainted with the old turf man from RD. Your card looks racked and worn, son, and your ass must be very old. It must be 20 summers since she had a little foal. She been yoked to the trap the day I was born, September 43. She's a good old cart, and eggshell, says the old turf man from RD. I do recall of this old hazel rod, and she a harness that was on her back. It was made by John McGee. He's dead is 44 years, says the turf man from RD. Just then I heard a female voice, a voice I knew quite well. Says she, me ass is tired, and I have a lot of turf to sell. I shook that weary hand of his, I waved respectfully. I hope we'll meet in future years, says the turf man from Ardee. It's the turf man from Ardee there.
You got that from your father?
I got that from my father, yeah.
The little yelps in the middle of it. Where did your father have them?
Yeah, he just, when he was singing the song, he just had that bit of a yelp in the song. That was to make people laugh, you know what I mean? He was a bit of a character. And he played the accordion, he played the mouth dog and all that. So he was a good crack. He used to play in the pubs with good friends he had over the years. Christy Keogh, former Wexford hurler. Used to play with Liam Bond, Harsh McKeown, Babs Redman, all friends he had over the years.
Would he have put that yelp in other songs?
No, that was one that he'd always have the yelp in, you know.
And then when you hear those songs, when you sing those songs, do you think of your father when you sing them?
Ah, yeah, he'd always, around Christmas time, you'd be thinking of him, or maybe his birthday falls on a New Year's Day, the day after Christmas, and he'd always be singing them over the Christmas, you know, and he'd be playing the accordions and all, you know. He's a great character.
What attracts you to a song?
What attracts me to the song is the old, like you with the dressers and the old stuff. I love the old songs, and when there's a meaning to the song, something that'll touch your heart. There's a goodness in the song, and then there's some sadness in the song, something that lifts your heart, you know, and brings you close, strong, you know.
And you'd feel that when you'd be
singing.
singing.
Feel that, yeah. You get the enjoyment of a kick of it, you know.
Yeah. And would you ever sing a song sometimes to make yourself happy or to make yourself sad?
Ah, sure. Some days you get up and your head have a headache, and more days you get up, you'll be singing like a thrush in the morning, and you know, if you're on the beer the night before, you wouldn't be able to sing. So when you see the bit of sunshine and the bit of blue sky, you'll be happy anyhow, you know.
Singing like a thrush.
Singing like a thrush.
And that brother, you've got a brother who sings as well?
Yeah, I have Billy. Billy's a good man to sing and do acting and poems and all like that, you know.
And do any of the rest of your family sing?
Yeah, Dad will sing a bit, yeah. And the rest of them have a few notes as well, but they wouldn't be sing as much as I would. You'd have to ask him to sing, you know, that way.
But they'd have a song though?
They'd have a no song, yeah.
And the women as well, wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's unreal, it's in all these, like.
Yeah.
And
Like a good dog, if it's in you, it'll come out you.
Absolutely. And your own young lads, would they have a song in them at all?
No, they don't sing. My daughter does alright, Sally, she's a brilliant singer. And my wife can sing a bit as well, yeah.
Brilliant. I notice you have a fondness for recitations as well, Larry. You do verses and poems as well.
Yeah, I do the poems, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a good memory. If I spend an hour or something, it's like a jog into my memory. I'll be able to take it in, you know. A fairly good brain work up here that way.
And would you pick it up that quick?
Pick it up in a few hours, or I get in and just keep going over and over, and then it just goes in like a computer in my head. You know, I'm fairly quick at that.
You had a poem there for me, you were saying, was the Old Man.
Yeah, the Old Man, I heard that many years ago. I must have heard it about 20 years ago or more, and I was a kid, and that time the war, just shortly after the rebellion and all that, this man, he went into this pub, and he was an old man. He was in his nearly his 90s, and he went in for a drink. He went in, and there was these other lads in the pub, and they were different religion towards Catholic and Protestant. And Paddy was this man's name, and he fought the British Army and fought Ireland for the Irish as well. And he didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. He just wanted to drink, and these lads asked him to sing. So he said, if he played the piano, it would be all right. And they said, just give us a tune. So it goes like this anyway. I'm a tired and weary traveller. I've travelled for many a mile. I've just come in to hear the crack, and I hope the boys won't mind. There was cultured men among us. There was cultured men, you know. There was men like Billy Brocklin from the village of Drumlaw. There was little Tommy Ferguson. He was abroad from Donegal. Tommy was invited, and he was loved by one and all. But over in the corner, and drinking up her fill, was a well and local lady by the name of Orange Lil. Now Orange Lil, for all her thoughts, she'd a heart as pure as gold. She turned around to all the young fellas and said, "Hey look lads, someday you'll all be old. So give this man a drink or two, make him feel at home." So they did, and the whiskey began to come. So one of the young lads turned around to the old man. He said, "Hey look Paddy, will you give us a song?" But the old man turned around and he said, "Hey look son, my singing days are gone. But if I play the piano, I hope that it's all right. I'd like to play some music in honour of this night. There were rootmen, men and fitters. They were all rooted to the ground, and not one of them made a sound. And before that night was over, there came a deathly still. I even saw a tear roll down the face of Orange Lil. And before that night was over, I know a tear you'll shed. That poor old man Paddy, he lay dead." But the bravest part I've yet to tell, and here's what it says on his tombstone in the graveyard in Mullinastrid. It says, "Here lies the bravest man. He'll be remembered forever long, because one night in Sandy Rose, he played a soldier song." God rest you, Paddy.
Just a great one again, Larry. Who'd you get that off?
I learned it many years ago. I don't know who I got it off. I think my dad had it in an old tape one time, and it just picked it up. You know, it's an old one. He fought for his country and he served his time, and all he wanted was a friendly drink, and like he thought he was going to be turned out the pub where he went in, counted being Protestants and all in it, but still he stood his ground. You know.
Would you have many more kind of poems like that, local ones or ones you may have heard of?
I have a couple of two religious poems there. I've one there about the rose. You never heard that, did you? This is a beautiful poem. I learned this above in Hackestown. I have a friend of mine, God rest his soul, called Padder Blake. And I remember Padder was a postman in Hackestown for years. Used to visit him quite a lot, a lovely fella. And he gave me that poem on a piece of paper one time, and I was to get the rest of it, but I didn't get it all. He got it from his sister Lizzie, or his aunt Lizzie, sorry, before him, she died. And I have some of it there now, and that poem is around Hackestown, the rest of it, but somebody someday will come up with the rest of it, but I'll do it for you there now. When you're in a garden with all your accord, with all your surroundings, you're close to the Lord. Let your mind dwell in nature, the more love it shows, then we each will find God in the bloom of a rose. When you're in the boglands, look up above, where the lark speeds to heaven with his message of love. To scent the wild heather, around you it blows, then we each will find God in the bloom of a rose. There's not enough times, sometimes in our day, when we want to kneel and we want to pray. The septics may come, but that's how life goes. We each will find God in the bloom of a rose. That's that one. There was more to it, and I couldn't get the rest of it, you know.
God, that's lovely.
It's a beautiful poem. And the other one then is a little short one. It's about a brother and a sister. And the brother didn't want to grow any of it. The sister put her hand down and she pulled him up. So it's a short little poem. It's called the bloom of the rose. I said that one. This is about two flowers anyway, and it's called "There once was a seed that didn't want to grow. It stayed down the dark down below. Its brothers and sisters was growing up fast, and the sister replied, 'Come, brother, or else you will last.' 'I'm not going up,' he said, 'by the wind and the rain. I just want to stay on my own.' So the sister said, 'Come, brother, and we'll all grow together when winter's wind blow.' So with all of his power and all of his might, he burst through the earth. He was no longer a seed, but a beautiful flower. Thanks to his sister."
Where did you get that from?
I was just in school years ago. Short one.
In school?
Yeah.
And it stayed with you?
Stayed with me, that did, yeah.
Must have meant something to you.
Pardon?
It must mean something to you. You must like it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I learned that in national school in Bunclody many years ago.
Is family important to you, Larry?
Family, yeah. Family is my life. I go down to visit my mother as often as I can, and we're a close family, all of us, you know. All live and die for each other.
That's important.
Somebody strays like a black sheep, we try and pull them back together, you know. That's what it's about.
Good man. Come here to me. You have a song, Wexford Hearts of Gold, you said you have for me.
Yeah, Wexford's Hearts of Gold. This song, I learned this again from the famous Mary Weldon, God rest his soul. Mary's a great man for the songs, and I learned a lot of Mary stuff. I really liked Mary Weldon. And this song, Mary had a love for Wexford as well as his native Waterford. Mary's a good GA man, but Wexford, we have the streams of Bunclody in it. We have Father Murphy and Ferns. We have the Coffee Boy in Wexford. We've Inniscardy. He put a lot of places together in it, and it's a brilliant song. And for all the Wexford people out there in United States of America, England, all over the world that maybe see this song, it brings their hearts of gold. And I mean, everybody in Wexford have hearts of gold. So I'm going to do the song in Wexford's Hearts of Gold. Today I'll sing a song for dear old Wexford, the land where the Slaney waters flow, and the winds whisper tales of pride and glory, remembering great deeds of long ago. I can see again New Ross and Enniscarty. In Wexford town there stands the Coffee Boy, and I wander by the streams of sweet Bunclody, beneath a warm and clear summer sky. In my dreams I see the sunset o'er the mountain, so beautiful and lovely to behold, and looking down on hills of purple heather, Wexford, I see all your hearts of gold. Down in Ferns I remember Father Murphy, when an old man he was singing Bull of Oak. But when he sang that song there was a silence warm down in the heart and soul. Now the time has come when we all must be departed. From Gorey I'll go down to sweet Rosslare, and Wexford, you'll be in my heart forever. All the love and joy that I found there. In my dreams I see the sunset on the mountain, so beautiful and lovely to behold, and looking down on hills of purple heather, Wexford, I see all your hearts of gold. Yes, Wexford, I see all your hearts of gold. Up Wexford.
What a great one, Larry.
Yeah, that's a brilliant song, a lovely song. And Michael, sorry for interrupting you there. I just wanted to do a good favourite song of mine. You would like it. I sing this in my own words. And good to have Harsey men out there that I know, especially Matthew Flynn O'Connor and Gerard O'Connor, Tom O'Connor, and of course Derek Watchorn, Tireman, Derek Watchorn above in Kilteely, and for the Shark Hanlon, who's 850-pound horse, won the richest race in America there, and he also the Gold Cup out in England, and he won the Galway Plate for an £850 horse of the beaten horses that's costing millions. And fair play to the man. So I want to dedicate this song to all them lads, all the horsey men, especially to my good friend Derry Watshorn there. So this song is called Dawn Run. Down in a farm in County Cork in 1978, a foal was born and was to take a place among the greats. A lovely jumping pedigree, her story ever run. Ever queen of Cheltenham, the magic mare Dawn Run. Dawn Run, rising to the morning, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. Dawn Run, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. Now Goresbridge in Kilkenny, there's a trainer of high renown. Paddy Mullen's stable, the mare soon settled down. To Navan on a rainy day, we'd all come from near and far. See, what we all wanted was a racing superstar. Dawn Run, rising to the morning, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. Dawn Run, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. And in the Queen brought brother chase, the well-known red and black. She took to winning hurdles with Tony Mullins on her back. And then in 1984 she led them all a dance. She won the champion hurdle, England, Ireland and France. A year grew up with injury, she threw a challenge down. Now her next big hurdle was to win at Punchestown. And to Navan on a rainy day, they'd all come from near and far. To see what we all wanted was a racing superstar by the name of Dawn Run, rising to the morning, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. Dawn Run, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. And in just the 5th race of her life, John Joe O'Neill sat up to ride her in the big one, the Cheltenham Gold Cup. I saw her beaten at the last, I bet she might be third. But John knew her better, and he said the magic word. Dawn Run, rising to the morning, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. Dawn Run, heart and muscle stretching up the hill. That crowd is rising, the horses, they come up the hill, and the Cheltenham Gold Cup as they come over the second last. It's forgive and forget, wayward lad, run and skip between horses, and as they go over the last, and as they come up the hill in the Cheltenham Gold Cup, listen to the Irish roars, green, white and gold flags everywhere. It's forgive and forget, wayward lad on the outside, run and skip. Dawn Run is coming between horses, and as they come up the hill and as they go to the line, Dawn Run has won the Gold Cup for Ireland. That race I will remember, my memory is still. The crowd is near as the tears become reality. But although we'll never see her more, that race I've ever run, we'll never meet no better, Arkelish the Black Danoli, Dawn Run, Red Rum. That was a brilliant song. I love that song.
Where did you get that?
I got that listening to Foster and Allen. They released that song, and I love listening to them as well. That was a brilliant song. And just saying it, that Paddy Mullins sent that horse out to France, and she broke her neck sadly. I thought she should have been retired because she won every race that was asked of her, and they wanted so much over. You know what I mean? The connections, I don't know how went wrong, but she was famous. She was like Master McGrath. Red Rum was the same. So you know what I mean? It was a brilliant song.
Do you keep any ponies or horses or anything yourself?
I did keep them, yeah. I had about 10 one time, and they weren't race horses now. They were heavy ones. But still, they were going well at the time. But unfortunately, there was a thing called ragweed growing in the fields, and the horses, someone met it and died with it. So when it started losing, and them, I wouldn't bother no more because they were dying on me, and like I mean the ragweed was costing me too much, so I got out of them altogether, and so I have no more problems, thank God.
Yeah. Did your own mother and father, did they travel? Did they have the tents, or did they have the wagons years ago, or were they settled when you were chaps?
I wasn't born when my father. In 1967 I was born, but many years ago my father and mother there. they lived in Bunclody all their life. My father used to work for Halders over there. He used to do all the grounds work and all that, and my granddad, Lord Emerson, they worked in the co-op up here as well, but they lived in a place up there called Brady's Cross up there. Just lived there on the side of the road up there that time, and they were in the caravans that time, maybe tents, I don't know, so long ago, but they moved in into houses then, you know. Originally I never travelled in my life. I was born, bred and reared here in Bunclody.
Yeah. It's a hard life, wasn't it?
It's a hard life. People got nothing handy back then. A lot of people back then, if you see a lad coming home in the evening, he'd be coming home maybe with a bicycle full of rabbits and a few platers, whatever you get. But my dad often told me stories there. He used to go hunting years ago with the fellas called the Lions, and St Mary's Village Johnny Lions and all them, and he was a young lad, and they showed him how to snare the rabbits and how to catch them and snare fish and that, and they'd never be hungry because they live in the wildlife. But they say Johnny Lyons was the greatest rabbit man of them all around Wexford, because they come home, the handlebars of the bike, and there'd be people queuing up to buy the rabbits off him, and he'd have the bike full again in an hour again with them all hanging over it. He was a great man for a living. Them were the times you survive, you know.
I met neighbours out in Ballindaggy, and they said there used to be a man in Bunclody used to buy them, to come down and buy the rabbits off people.
You wouldn't have to wait for one man to buy him, anyone would buy him. I remember as I was a kid, Bridie Cowman down Riding Road here, and she used to have guests years ago. My father got rabbits, and I brought her down maybe 4 or 5 rabbits, and she gave me 50 bob. That was 3.50 pieces. I sold them to a lot of people when I was a chap to get the price of a few sweets. But people was glad of them back then. They were hard times. My mother often told me stories that they used to tin the beat back then as well, and they got nothing handy, you know.
No.
Everything hard.
Yeah. We don't realise how lucky we are now.
Yeah, people, the young lads today and all, they get so much and they don't earn it. They, like, I mean, like years ago, there'd be welts in your hands if you went to do a bit of work, and they sleep on in the mornings. Now they don't get up or do anything. Like, I mean, and some of them don't go to mass half them. And, like, I mean, they weren't brought up like the years ago. People years ago I thought were better because there were more mass goers and did more faith in God. But today the world is upside down, you know.
Yeah, and you look back, our lives have changed, and cooking on the open fire, and even for women, life was hard for women years ago, washing nappies and rearing chaps.
And washing clothes and maybe sleeping rough, and, like, I mean, there was different times. There was no such thing as machines in the road, and like our Lord even hadn't got a car back then. So, you know how hard it was.
Yeah. Times changed quite quick, Larry, didn't they?
Oh, time waits for no one. It just keeps moving.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So enjoy it all we can in this life, because we don't know where we're going. Hopefully we'll all go and meet again. But as far as I can see, it's great to be alive every day of your life. Meet people, have respect for people, have a bit of fun in life, and I think the stress and the stress and all that, you have to get out and about and enjoy it all, because you'll be longer dead than you will be alive. That's what my father used to say. Old soldiers never die; they only fade away. You know.
It's true. You'll be longer dead than you're alive.
No, you said it.
Yeah. One thing has always struck me about yourself, and I'd always seen it. You mentioned at the start of this chat, you did the Ranboys. You kept that tradition going. You went out Halloween, but you also kept the Maybush going, didn't you?
Yeah, my mother, she used to do it there with a man there in Early Street called Jack Mack. And I remember as a young lad there, they'd be all there in the month of May, and my mother would be there every evening. There'd be blue ribbons in Early Street and yellow ribbons. It'd be like when Pope John Paul came to Ireland in 1979, there'd be all the yellow flags. But Jack Mack was a great man, told Lord Emerson. You used to have people there, and you have the Maybush out, and they'd be all down there praying. But you don't see much of it now because it's all dying out. So this is why we talk about these things. We try and keep it going. Like, you're a great man yourself for the old dressers and old antiques, and you're keeping that going, and fair play to you, and you're keeping this going, and men like you we need.
Well, men like yourself, we all keep things going, you know, for our families and for our communities. It's important, you know. Yeah. But it always struck me about the Maybush. The Maybush, and do you remember the Maybush when you were a young lad being decorated?
I do, yeah. I often remember they'd get a big fern bush again and stick it down in a big pot, and they'd put the ribbons all around it. It's the very same as All Souls Night. I see my mother here the other day. On All Souls Night, we go to Mass that morning and pray for all who's gone before us and pray that they're in eternity in heaven, please God. And my mother would get a big basin and she'd fill it up with sand. She'd get the candles and she'd light him in it. And she'd leave it there all night till they burn out in the sand so they wouldn't do any harm. And we'd go down to the grave then, and before we go to bed, and we'd say prayers at my father's grave there, like we did the souls night gone by there. And we said prayers for all the poor souls.
I did the same myself.
Yeah, fair lady.
Yeah. Yeah, I always remember.
And my mother said the thing as well, Michael, she said, it's an old saying, she heard it when she was a child herself. She said anybody that would go in on All Souls Day or All Souls Night, go into any graveyard and say, decade of the rosary, pray for the dead, to get a good indulgence of it. It'll come back in the double to you. Good things will happen. She said to me as well, you know.
That's powerful, Larry. And your mammy remembers it. I remember being done at home as well. They wouldn't throw out water on All Souls Night. You wouldn't store it. Once you go to bed, he said, because he said the souls will be walking around.
Yeah. Don't disturb them.
Don't disturb us.
Yeah. My mother, you haven't seen the kids years ago, some of them, when you mention All Souls Night, they think it was a ghost film when they see all the candles. They'll all be hiding in the bed and going to sleep. They'd be afraid some soul will come into the window, that, you know. Yeah.
Did you ever see Larry leaving out? Because Granny did it. Now, we didn't do it. They said when she was younger, they'd leave out food for the dead. Maybe
you can leave
out something for someone.
Yeah.
They believed it.
Yeah. Or say my father, Larimer's, and his soul was fond of an old large bottle of Guinness. He'd go down with the full one and just empty it out into the grave. Do you know what I mean? Leave the bottle there, because the ours would think they're watching over us. You know what I mean? People think we're talking stupid, but we're not. You have to have belief, you know what I mean? Faith.
I think there's great comfort in knowing that the people belong to you are with you still.
Yeah, they're there. You know they're there. When you go there, you get a feeling that they're there, and you can go visit them. And when you want to say a prayer and you need help from them, they'll be there for you as well. And other people in the graveyard as well, them poor souls, you pray for them. It's not just for your own. You do it for everybody. We're all in this world together, and we all help each other together. You know.
Lovely. Come here to me. I really appreciate you giving me the time here today. Is there a poem or you suggested a couple of things? One was the Boston Burglar was one there, but there might be something else in your mind now. You might say, God, I'd like to do that. Is there anything at all?
And first of all, I'd like to thank you for having me here today. And it's been a long time since you had me before here. I think it's 20 years ago. And for the entertainment and the time you gave me today, it's a pleasure. And you're a decent man and lovely family there. And I wish you all the best of luck in the world. And hopefully we'll be on again sometime. But it's a pleasure being here today with you, and I really appreciate that. And I'd also, anybody who's out there listening to myself and you and these, that they'll enjoy all this and they'll learn something from it and teach all their young kids the same. And I'd like to finish off with a song called The Boston Burglar. We're all rearing families, so we hope we all rear them up to be good. And so this is called The Boston Burglar. I was born and reared in Boston, in a place we all know well, brought up by honest parents, and the truth to you I tell. Brought up by honest parents, and reared most tenderly, till I became a sporting lad at the age of 23. My character was taken, and I was sent to jail. The jury tried in vain to get me out on bail. The old judge, he found me guilty. The clerk, he wrote it down. And then, well, in a female voice, I was bound for Charlestown. Now to place me on an eastbound train, one cold November day, and all the places we passed by, we could hear all the people say, there goes the Boston then burglar. In cold chains he is bound. He's serving up for 20 years, and he's bound for Charlestown. Now all you that has your freedom, take warning if you can. Don't go round the streets at night, making laws of boy and man. For if you do, you'll surely find yourself like me. You'll be serving up for 20 years in a pleasant century. Always love freedom. It's a gift from God, lads. Be free.